It is the first week of July. We're in the middle of summer right now. So I decided it was a really good idea to go skateboard in the middle of the desert today. I don't know why. Actually, I had a good explanation. I went to go check out a brand new skate park. It's not even open. And there's a bunch of construction going on. It looks really cool, big transition. But unfortunately, I'm not able to skate there. So I'm coming here to the Pear Skate Park. It's kind of like this miniature spawn ranch park. I think they built the other park too. This is like a little fun one. It happens to be nearby. So I'm gonna make the most of driving into the middle of the desert to skate. Got some buddies cruising too, so we're gonna dive into just like extreme weather and skateboarding. I've had this question before. I've grown up in San Diego and kind of like really harsh weather and skating, so we're gonna see how long we can last. The temperature is going up by the minute, so I better give you a little tour of the skate park as I check it out. I've never been here before. Before we get into that, I want to shout out Ridge for sponsoring this video. They actually hooked me up with this key case recently. This is their new product. It's pretty rad. Fits all your keys in there nice and tight, and as skaters, we're always abusing our accessories, so their stuff is really cool because you can beat it up, but it's still lightweight. Like, I normally don't skate with my keys in my pocket, but with a setup like this, I definitely can. And you don't need to have your super like industrial car key. I just happen to have the Audi now, so I have my kind of heavy key on there, but this setup right here is super nice. So thanks to the Ridge for sponsoring this video. Super hyped on these new keys. I actually set these up right before I went out to skate today, and I took off my bulky keychain. Thanks to the Ridge for sponsoring this video. They actually gave me a 10% discount, so down below I have a coupon code and a link. Make sure you use that if you're interested in grabbing one of these bad boys. It's supposed to be 105 degrees later by like 11 a.m. so we're gonna see if we can last that long. It's gonna be a challenge. So I'm definitely gonna try to stay in the shade and preserve my energy and just not get burnt out too fast. For all that, let's check out this little park. It starts with this sick little bank back here. Kind of sends you down into the street area. This black surface is like extra hard. I do like how they have different colors, like there's black, there's red. It makes this park kind of staple and stand out, which is cool. It's unique to Paris. Kind of like a weird Euro gap rail. Some cool out ledges. The only thing about these Euro gaps, and I think everybody feels the same way, they're too little. Like Spawn Ranch does these tiny little Euro gaps. Like, you're better off not having a gap right there. Better off it just being a good kicker to the rail, because now you got to hit this gap in the rail. Those things just don't make any sense. Anybody that's designing skate parks or anybody that disagrees, let me know why you would want one of those little Euros, because I feel like they're pretty pointless. Even like a simple ledge like this is really rad down here. And then you come down and then you have these super, like, look how low that ledge is. And then look how high that rail is. Spawn Ranch, pretty sure you built this. You need to work on your scaling, because that just doesn't make sense. I like the size of these little hublets right here, actually. I think they're really cool. Good size, it's not like too big. You could come off kind of high, so you get used to that high drop off. It's a good skate park sort of setup. I just think that rail up there is really weird. And then you have the thing that I haven't skated, obviously never been here, but I've been seeing and I do want to skate, is this little doorway. And what's really cool about this doorway, well, it's unique, it's really sharp. It goes up the whale tail, it kind of goes back down, but it also has this like print pattern in here, almost like a brick kind of like texture, so when you ride over it, you'll hear it, it'll sound really cool. And then over here you almost have like this mini bowl area, so you come down, you hit this doorway, you got a hip over here, and then you got another hip over here, which is pretty cool. You got a ledge down below the transition. Cool little spot. It kind of goes into this like mini snake run basically. Then you have some tiny transition over there. You know, I don't hate super small transition. I think that's cool to like learn tricks on for beginners, or to just like keep the flow of the park. I'm not against little small transition like that at all. Although I think like a channel right there, maybe a little silly, you could have made it smaller, because I get people want to roll in and want to get like confident. So something a good beginner park. And I will say, for the amount of space that this park is, it's pretty cool. So that's a little tour. Let's get into some warming up and skating before it gets to 105 degrees. That's gonna be brutal. good thing about this park is you got some shade over here. Definitely need shade when you have a skate park that's kind of in the desert or in areas where it's really hot, because it's crucial. Whenever you're not skating, just sit in the shade for a little bit. You're like immediately cooled down. I feel like the shade's like always like 10 degrees cooler than the sun, so it's like an immediate cool down. So yeah, if you're not skating, sit in the shade, don't blow yourself out. My camera is overheating. Lucas, moving your stuff, so yeah, get your stuff out of the sun. Don't leave it in the sun like I did. Okay, I got a good friend who's moving it. This park is actually one of those parks too where, I'll be honest, like first impression, I wasn't super blown away. I was like, oh, this is kind of got some weird scaling proportions, but now that I skated, I actually think it's really, really fun. So it goes to show you like your impression or like how something looks may not be exactly how it is once you start skating it, because functionally it actually functions really good, and like I feel like you can skate here and never get bored. That's what's really cool about it. And it's a small park, it's not a really big park, so they do got that going for them. Shade is crucial here. One thing you also got to do is make sure you drink lots of water on these days. I try to like avoid eating a lot, try not to like drink soda or anything like that. Just try to keep the fuel in my body. Lucas just brought us to this crazy spot. It's like a bank to ledge. First thing that Josh did is like found the shade spot. He's like, you can find me over here. This is what you got to do when you're at spots. Unless you're skating, stand in the shade, because your body is going to suffer real quick in that sun. It's so hot that the wax is just like melting by the minute. I think it'll still help, but the sun is so brutal. Definitely good to wear a hat, good to wear some light clothes. I always wear black clothes. Look at Lucas right now though. He's got a black t-shirt, denim. He's used to this heat. He's got the tolerance. Yeah, he's like, this ain't nothing for me, man.
Right, man.
The more that you're in the heat, you definitely get used to it too. It's not as brutal over time. Growing up in San Diego, you get used to it. You learn, you know, what to do, what not to do. Stay hydrated. When you wax up the spot, make sure you skate within the first second so that it doesn't come right off. Definitely gotta pick and choose your battles once it's getting to that close to 90 degrees weather. If you want to keep skating, have a stroke. You gotta, you know, if the spot's not working, like wax isn't staying on, it's probably a good sign to go to another spot. It's honestly like so nice just to get in the car and run the AC in between spots. So yeah, it's like a little break. Not only do you get the shade being in a car, hopefully you got some AC in your car, because whew, this is really helping like cool my jets down. Gotta love when these schools start doing things that are like really good for skating and the environment. Like these basins are really cool. Everything here is so cool. It's a good area to go skate too. Oh! It's like the saving grace right there. Wow. It's like they knew. They're like, these dudes are gonna need some water. Oh yeah. I feel like wetting your head is like an immediate way to cool your body down too. Put a hat on, put your wet hair underneath. Whew, it's like a cooler on my head.
These ones over here are like perfect, bro. They just poured this,
and then it's like a whole nother slab on top.
Another slab on top.
That's a good point. It's not even connected.
No, it's like moved a little bit to the.
Very modern school. Look at these things. Woo! Ledge skater heaven right here. So the park that originally came out to skate had workers. Now it looks like people are skating. We're gonna see. Hopefully we get a little session. Now that it's, you know, 1,000,000 degrees, perfect time. Wow. It's insane. So stoked that able to get a little quick session on this place. This is what we came out here for. As you can tell, all the park is under construction. Some trash down in the bowl. This bowl's a lot bigger than I had originally thought. It's like a keyhole, with like an extra bowl in the back. Look at this little area, banked. Really cool park. I'm gonna give you a little tour, show you some clips of this place, and get some roll around now that it's like so damn hot. That's the unfortunate part. It's so hot now, but we're gonna make it work because that's what you do when you're a skater. I love when they put rocks like next to the skate stuff, because then you can get really creative. Someone could probably drop in on this, roll out of this, bash this, go back in. There's definitely a lot of options. Pretty small square footage, and there's still a lot of open space. That's kind of nice. That's pretty much the park though, right there. Quick pan across. Got this volcano thing with a manual pad on top. That's pretty unique. Actually, it looks like it's like crusty on the side, but I think that might be like part of what they intentionally meant to do. And then most of the park is that bowl in the middle. This bank is sick though. Really cool park overall. I love it. I mean, I like the architecture around it too. You got a little BMX track behind me. Super fun. I definitely want to get a roll around. Little manual pad. There's a lot of empty space here too. That's what's really cool. Like, it's definitely some unique features, but there is still a lot of good empty space for flat ground, just rolling around, cross traffic. There's a lot of people skating right now. Actually, there's like 12 people here. And, definitely no running into each other, which is really nice.
Yeah, Dowdy.
Never seen a manual pad on top of a volcano. Really cool spot. It's not super curbed out too, it's kind of banked. Looks really fun to skate. That tree is going to be really useful soon.
Yes.
All right, super stoked that we got to skate this park. Hell yeah. Shout out to Paris, California for building rad skate parks for their community. That's super dope. Appreciate that. Any city that's taking care of their, parks and rec is rad. Man, we got to get out of the sun because now it's just getting selfish. We're self-sabotaging over here.